good afternoon. So, I got a little bit of a riff I want to do here that has been on my mind for a few years now, and I may want to do something better, but I like getting these initial thoughts out. And you see, there's kind of a psychic force out there impressing upon itself about the Bible, and thus it wants to continuously be the top of conversation. So it exploits like what I usually hear people talking about who aren't Abrahamics, but spend a lot of time on the Bible, but they're not Abrahamics, is that, well, we're just trying to, honor like all ancient texts and et cetera, and right, and it's basically, it's using the Bible for its historical stuff and its allegorical symbolisms and coded messages and having all sorts of fun with the scriptures in getting to an idea of secrets of transcendence and secrets of history and things like this. But that's not I just don't think it's right. There's two levels of corruption, almost, if you will, with these guys. So you've got the matter of fact of this written tradition that had a particular meaning to a particular group of people at a time where writing itself was like the tits of technology, right? Just like knowing how to create an archive of things, to create an archive of things on the internet, right? Like knowing how to be like the new media, right? Mark Passio talks about having digital literacy. I forget if that's the term he used for it, but that's the term I'm just thinking of here, which is digital literacy. And so here is just a group of ideas from a particular sect of Jews that wrote it down, and then got adopted by the Romans. What's up, Nicholas? Oh my gosh. Well, that's all the way up. I can't even read that right now with all the sun glare. After all that torrential downpour, it's like fucking summer today. I didn't think we were going to a warm front after all that. I figured it would have been a cold front. But it's nice out. I'm going for a jog. But anyway, So the Bible functions to serve things like the imposter sky god side of the mythos, which is a twisted inversion of mankind's history, which caps mankind's history at that 6,000, 7,000 year level. And then you do the esoteric breakdown where you think that you can stretch the time out, kind of like the way geologists and evolutionists do with they keep adding time to things to fit their hypotheses, and they have to keep fitting time because they haven't gotten their theory straight yet. All they got is a hypothesis, which is why they have to keep adding millions of years to this calculation, thousands of years to this calculation, as they are conducting more basic tests on the minerals, the preserved minerals that they're looking at to make these determinations, etc., etc. Carbon-14 dating, I think, is only accurate for like up till now, like maybe couple thousand years or something, and then it falls apart, and there's stuff that's been confirmed older than a couple thousand years. It's something like that. There's some time cap on the accuracy of carbon-14 dating, is my point, right? And of course, the Bible is largely validated by the dating process of these scrolls that were used to put together the Bible, and everybody is obsessed with it being the making sure it's the earliest form of it, to try to get to the original start of this temporal game of telephone we've been playing with Jewish folklore. And we're making this Jewish folklore that has been turned into these written tales where you're not living in the context of a lot of those events, because you don't have those kinds of phenomenons like they do in the Middle East as a region of discussion. You don't get those phenomenons there. Hey, what's up? Susie, yes. So you're alienated from it a little bit, but it's not even like, but the story's also been so deliberately screwed up to not have any of that, and then again being deliberately screwed up to serve the globalist interests, if you will. And the globalist interests are typically the interests of men who believe in all of these enemies in the Bible, right? And so the Bible was partially written as a script for them to follow for how they're supposed to conquer the world, right? And it's good that there are people out there that are breaking down this thing, but what are you building? What are you building in its place? Not everybody wants the same foundation that you want, right? It's just like, you can break it down because you found your foundation. You found that thing that makes sense. It's marked on your heart. And so everything for you in that respect is steady. Very steady. Like my foot on the brake pedal. So this is why, like everywhere I go, everything is some sort of Abrahamic mythos adjacent thing. And it's just like, tell me something about Asia, right? I mean, like, granted, there's plenty of stuff on Buddhism, but then Buddhism is kind of the same thing as Christianity and Islam. Different, but it was a formula that worked for the appropriation of the Eastern mind and soul. Because your Buddhism was largely based or pretty much entirely based on Lamism, which is the Mongolian Empire's official and created for the empire state religion. It's the Mongolian Dalai Lama is what's left of Tartaria, right? And he's just like the Pope, a bit fond of children. And there's a reason why you're seeing this pattern with all of these guys. It's not very clear if you're seeing this pattern with the Hebrews themselves, which tells you something very interesting about what's going on with New Testament and Quran. But you know what? It's just like, we need to also be talking about other things. And I think everybody who isn't making themselves out to be a biblically subjected content creator or author or whatever, just stop bringing it in. Stop, just stop doing it, right? For a while. Like, create some space to build proper knowledge and wisdom of stuff that doesn't have that going on. You have to stop trying to force fit the Bible by correcting it, right? Stop trying to force fit something that it's like taking the worst writing assignment that, it's just like, imagine you got the best author in the world, you gave him a writing assignment, and he gave you the best writing he's ever done, but it missed the fucking mark of the assignment. And it was awful. It was not what was ordered. If you think of it that way, you've got a different story. You've got a story of something that, was made to fit, but the people who made it didn't make it fit, but they're still holding on to the grift. It's the same thing with all these people in scientism that are propping up your favorite science, your favorite understanding of the realm, understanding of biology, understanding of energy fields, etc., etc. It's the same damn thing. And at a certain point, you have to you've studied it well enough to know that it's not for you, right? There are big problems with the, quote, theory of relativity, which is actually a hypothesis of relativity, because I don't think you've actually ever tested for it. You just keep bumping into circumstantial evidence when you're doing other experiments, and then you're looking at something that fits the bill, and you're surprised that you found it when you weren't looking for it, but all you do is just rationalize that, see, theory of relativity. You still haven't fucking tested the theory of relativity. You're just building an application for an explanation of something, but it's all up fucking here. That's what the Bible's doing. It's getting all up in here, and it's giving you no connection to the land. And it's definitely not giving you a connection to the sky. But of course, the de-occultists that know how astrotheology work are able to demonstrate the assertion that there's a work there's the rehash of pagan astrotheology in the Bible. So fucking just go to that. Stop doing this culturally appropriated garbage, right? Stop, it's all right. Everybody already gets it. That's like saying, hey, everybody, you all know the Bible's a fraud, but I want to tell you that You don't understand how the Bible's a fraud, man. Here's the real reason the Bible's a fraud. Just like what? You got it already. You already got it. Okay, Bible's a fraud. Stop fucking talking about fraud. Now talk about truth. I think Tyr would like to hear this. Do I know that Tyr wants to hear this? No, I'm not making that claim. But to me, it would make sense that Tyr would say, fucking tell the truth. Otherwise, I'm going to war. Alright, I'm going to go get myself a bite to eat. I'll catch you guys later. I'm going to be going for a little run. And my radio show on TFR Live will be live tonight. I may or may not have a guest. I have to double check with my friend to see if he's going to do it this day. So I will oh, you took that spot. I will take this spot. I will catch you guys a little bit later. Hold on a second. Astroline in town, and so far, sure does. The build. Everyone has a sky clock, right? Yeah. Just checking back on this. Okay, a little bit more chatting than I thought was going on. Have you sparred with your boss yet? Oh, have I sparred with my boss yet? No. He, I think he doesn't want to do it anymore. That was weird. A bee flew into the car. I guess it came through the sunroof. All right. Anyway, I think it was a bee. Could have been one of the other nasty stingers. Anyway, yeah. So no, I think maybe he chickened out or something. But he hasn't even said that he ordered the gear to make it a safe spar. So I'm not gonna bother. I didn't want to because it would have been some basic boxing, and I'm kickboxing, and I have no idea, and I think that I might be a little over his level, possibly, maybe. I don't know. We'll see if he brings it up again. Either way, my mindset is better set on it now, and I'm more interested in a hard yes on that suggestion. Anyway, I'll catch you later.